Hello, good afternoon. This is cybersecurity expert Reginald Andre, and we are live talking about an announcement that Google has just made, and that it's going to start auto enrolling all of their users to two-factor authentication. So two-factor authentication, or sometimes Google likes to call it two-step verification, essentially means that if a hacker got into your system and they know your username, they know your password, because they do not have your phone, which would then have like a six-digit code that's kind of reoccurring, because they don't have that code and they don't have your phone, they are not going to be able to get into your system. And Google is actually seeing that this is actually a very big problem. Back in 2018, they said that out of their approximately 200 million users that they had, only 10% was enrolled in two form factor authentication. That is a big number. Of course, now we're in 2021, but even if that went up to 20-30%, that is still a big number of people that do not have two form factor authentication set up on their phone. So Google is going to be rolling this out by the end of 2021. So we are now in October. They announced this yesterday. That means in the next 3 months, they are going to get 150 million people to sign up for their two form factor authentication. And that can be several ways. That can be via an app, which Google Authenticator has an app. That can be via a text message, so that when you try to log into one of your Gmail or Google services, it's going to send a text message to your phone, which is a little less secure, but it's better than nothing. And so that's what's happening. Also, they are going to force this to about 2 million YouTube creators, because YouTube is still Google, still a little part of Gmail, but it is a separate platform. And they are also going to be forcing about 2 million YouTube creators to turn on two form factor authentication. So the 150 million is really for people that's using the Gmail and things like that. Or maybe you have photos or priceless, memories via email, and they just want to be able to access that. Well, right now, if you did have someone, if a loved one died and you went to Google and you said, can you please give me access to my loved one's Gmail account? Google would say no. And unless you can guess that person's passwords or security questions, there would be no way for you to go back into that account. So because there's what Google is saying is that it could have been the wishes of the person that died, that they don't want anybody to go into their account. Maybe there's photos, maybe there's sensitive emails that they did not want their wife or their husband or child or whoever to know. So it's kind of two sides. So now what Google is allowing is what is called a timeout period for your account. And what that will do is you can set it where if your account goes inactive, meaning you have not logged in for 6 months, for 1 year, for 18 months, whatever you set it for, it will automatically send an email to whoever you designate, whoever you designate. And what's going to now happen is then from there, they can go ahead and take over your account and be able to access all of that priceless information that you may have on there. Also, it's also Google's way of combating what we call dormant accounts. Dormant accounts is kind of what it sounds like, accounts that are not being used anymore. And a lot of times hackers actually use those type of inactive accounts to be able to get access to other stuff. So for example, you may have a Gmail, but you don't use it as often. And there's another service that's tied into your Gmail. And now that bad guy, because he has access to your Gmail, he's able to now reset a password. It goes into your Gmail, and now they get access to your other account. So there's a lot of different reasons why you don't want that. Colonial Pipeline, for example, that all happened because of an inactive account. So you definitely don't want to have inactive accounts. Inactive accounts should automatically be closed, or be closed when you just decide it's going to be inactive. So just wanted to give you guys this news. Thank you so much for watching this quick news story about what Google and Gmail and YouTube are going to be doing. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And also, if you have not gotten the two factor for your Google account, don't wait for Google to tell you, you need to do this. It's very simple. You can literally go into your Gmail, and then in the help, type in two-factor authentication. It's going to take you to the security page, follow the steps, and you'll get your two-factor authentication set up. It's only going to take a few minutes. All right, take care, and we'll see you next time.